Transformers of Eternia.
You're watching Transformers of Eternia. Now today I want to talk about the recent reveal of Tuvar and Baddrah for the Masters of the Universe cartoon collection. And I just wanted to give my thoughts on these two figures that become Two Bad. But before I do that, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. And thank you for checking out my channel. Now back to the show. Okay, so we got these images of the Tuvar and Baddrah Two Bad set or whatever, and this is going to be like a SDCC or whatever, exclusive or whatever, I guess. I believe this is $50 and it'll be on Mattel Creations as well. And we're kind of waiting for that day because you know that that's going to be a popular thing to sell out. And it's going to be probably sold out in 4.3 seconds. But it looks nice. The box set looks great. I'm looking at these images. It's kind of cool how it separates and you get to see them being created, even though that's not what happened in the Filmation cartoon. I don't know what they're doing there. But anyway, yeah, Tuvar and Baddrah and their own little windows and everything. And that looks very cool. I really like that artwork where it kind of comes together and you see them unite into Two Bad. That looks cool. All the artwork looks great. I really can't complain about this. This is what I really like. Everything's cool about this, and it's so cool that we're getting Tuvar and Baddrah. That's something that everybody pretty much wanted, and we just never got. And I don't know why it took them this long to actually get around to making this, because this is a set that I think most Masters of the Universe fans would never say no to. They'd be always welcoming of this. So for some reason, Mattel decided to take their time and finally get to this after so long, so much waiting. And I know that they wanted this back in the Classics collection, but anyway, here's Tuvar. This is him in his cartoon Filmation version anyway. And yeah, it looks like that eye is a little crooked or whatever there, but I think that that's kind of how he was in the cartoon, honestly. In the cartoon, nobody was taken seriously, and everything was kind of a joke. So looking at these guys, if they look a little off, their eyes look a little crossed or whatever, it's not far off from the animation, because the animation was kind of goofy and bizarre, and they didn't really take anything serious. So these guys were just kind of a bunch of goofballs that just, just bumbling around like most characters in the Filmation cartoon. So you couldn't really take them serious. So that's kind of why I'm like surprised that this is the version that they released first, instead of like having like a real like classic like original toy version first, but in the Origins line. But for some reason we got these. Now here's Baddrah, and he looks a little cooler, I think, than the Tuvar, but they still look a little goofy because they're cartoon versions of them. And that's really just all we're getting here is cartoon versions of Tuvar and Baddrah. And I kind of like this guy a little more. I don't know why, because of the purple maybe, and his head looks kind of cooler. But it's still cartoon stuff, and I know I said that, but it's like, why are we getting cartoon stuff first when we're trying to finish the Origins line? Now, I understand that they'll probably release a Two Bad specifically in the Mattel Creations store, and that'll be something that they'll just release one day or whatever. And it'll be one of those things. I think Two Bad will be a hot ticket, so I think it'll sell out fairly quickly, because I think a lot of people are waiting for Two Bad, like the Origins basic version of him, the classic version of him, not the classics, but like the classical looking version. Yeah, so here's Two Bad right here. He looks great and everything. I mean, it's nice to have that torso towards we can actually have a two-headed being, so there could be a lot of customization with this guy. And it's kind of nice that they're going to do this, but these guys just look a little, I don't know, they just look a little plain, kind of boring to me. They just look too cartoony and too goofy to be taken serious. But yeah, it's nice that they're giving us this. I will probably buy it because it's a Two Bad. I've been asking for a Two Bad, and Mattel's finally giving us one, but it's just not the one that I'm kind of really wanted. I want the Origins like to go along with the original Origins line, not the cartoon filmation type of style. But yeah, this is nice and everything. It looks cool. I think is I don't know. I think that the Baddrah, like, it looks like there's kind of like a pinkish, hot pink or whatever, but on his foot there for his boot. But maybe it's brown. It just kind of looks weird or something. Anyway, so this is the comparison to the cartoon and the cartoon collection version, and I think it doesn't look exactly right. I think that orange kind of color on his chest thing should be his belt instead of like kind of a more bronze looking color. And his boot and his fist or whatever on the Baddrah side, or anyway, they should be like more brownish instead of more lighter, almost pinkish looking. I don't know what that's all about, and that's just kind of weird to me. But the Tuvar looks fairly right, I guess, and he looks all blue, and he's got the silver for his foot and his hand or whatever, and glove or whatever, and everything seems to be about right. Here's the comparison to the original toy artwork on the original toy box for Two Bad. Obviously, the cartoon version is different than the toy version on the box art or whatever that they had in the 80s. But yeah, and they also came with a shield. That seems to be missing in this version. I don't know why they decided to put that mirror thing in there instead of putting the shield in. I really do just kind of wish that they would give them weapons, though, honestly. Forget the shield. I'd rather have them have swords and clubs and guns and stuff than have a little stupid shield, because the little shields are like so small all the time. It's like questionable if that would actually work in a battle anyway. But yeah, he's kind of obviously they're going to take out the punch mechanism or whatever, because that just kind of keeps his arms up and they're all weird in a weird angle and stuff. But yeah, it's kind of cool looking. It's just kind of like sad in a way, because it's like I wanted to get something more interesting. Like, I wanted the 2000X version, honestly. I really would love to have that. That is a very cool design of Two Bad. That is actually one of my favorite designs, honestly, because it just looks so good. I mean, it just looks like these guys are going to just come and just tear you apart. I mean, they just look really well made compared to the Filmation cartoon version. The Filmation version just doesn't stand up to the 2000X version. I mean, the 2000X version, it's like the best version of this. So honestly, I don't know. I kind of hope that they eventually, when they do these cartoon collection things, I hope that they get to a 2000X version of Two Bad, because it's a cartoon collection. That doesn't necessarily mean Filmation, I don't think. So the cartoon collection would be cool if they actually get to do the designs of the 2000X stuff. But instead we get this Tuvar and Baddrah with the Two Bad torso and all that stuff. And then we get this mirror thing, which I don't know what the deal is. Okay, so maybe that's from a cartoon. Okay, that's fine and everything, but they didn't do in the 2000X or the 2000, in the Filmation cartoon, they did not have a Two Bad and Baddrah as far as I know. I don't believe so. So I don't know why they're doing it in the 2000, like, it's a 2000X type of thing from that story. So why would you do that in the Filmation style? That's something that's kind of driving me nuts a little bit, because, like, Mattel, do you not know your own history with your cartoons and stuff? Because this is not what it is. But I think that they're just trying to just give up on the origins, maybe, and they're trying to just start doing the cartoon stuff only. Maybe that's what they're doing. So they're just kind of just trying to throw it all into one and be cheap about it and just kind of mix it into one giant universe. So here's the 2000X version and how they were doing that in the design, style or whatever. And it is really cool how they did that. And like, if we could get a 2000X version of Two Bad and have it a Tuvar and Baddrah in that, I would really like this set more than anything. This is like my number one set almost. I mean, this I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I would really like to get to have like do this. If we could get this set instead of the Filmation version like this with Tuvar and Baddrah, then that would be so cool because this Two Bad is the best Two Bad. Obviously, they would have to do some extra changes to make it. They would have to have more torso pieces to get it to be what it looks like in the on the right there. But still, it's very well designed. This Two Bad is my favorite Two Bad of all time so far. I've never seen anything better. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of cover this and kind of give my thoughts on it. So tell me what you think about this in the comment section below. And I want to know everything because, I mean, I'm sure you guys have a lot of thoughts on Two Bad and Tuvar and Baddrah and all that stuff. So tell me what you think in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.